Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at a few new Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out. We got new Link monsters as well as a new Timelord card. In addition to that, I also want to mention a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament that's going to be taking place this weekend that you guys can enter, and there is some prizes with it. But anyways, let's go and get started with the new Link monsters because upcoming format, everyone's excited to try out the new Link deck, the Star Grails. But anyways, let's go ahead and check them out because they've got a lot of support. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the new 4 monsters that are Link summons from the Star Grail archetype. But anyways, first off, we got the Star Grail Dragon. It's a Link of 1, and it's 1 non-token monster, and it says exactly 1. But it says during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Star Grail monster in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. And then at the beginning of your damage step, when this card battles an opponent's monster in this card's Link zone, you can destroy that opponent's monster. And the third effect is, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you just special summon 1 Star Grail monster from your hand. So that's a pretty decent little guy over here. He only has 800 stats. His Link is only upward, so interesting card indeed. A lot of these cards, it looks like you're going to want to Link summon multiple times because they don't have the diagonal Link summons, which obviously is pretty important for Link summon decks. But anyways, the next card is the Star Grail Shine Maiden Eve. So it's a Link of 2 with 1800 attack points, and its zones are the left and the right. So its first effect says monsters with different type and attribute from each other exactly 2. So that's what's required to actually bring this card out. So the first effect is this linked card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. That's actually pretty dang good already. But the second effect is if a monster in this card's link zone would be destroyed by a card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. The third effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can just special summon 1 Star Grail monster from your hand. So it looks like both of them have that same effect. I wonder if all of them are going to have that effect. But anyways, let's go and check out the other card, the Star Grail Warrior Ningirsu. So it's a Link of 3, 2500. His Link zones are left, up, and right. So the minimum monsters are 2. You can only use this card's name first effect once per turn. So the effect is if this card is Link summoned, draw 1 card for each Star Grail monster in this card's linked zones. The second effect is once per turn you can activate this effect, send 1 card from each side of the field to the graveyard, and that effect is actually really good. But the third effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can just special summon 1 Star Grail monster from your hand. So it looks like all of them have that effect where they can kind of replenish themselves. So that's actually really strong. And then next up we have some other support for them. We have 3 other cards to check out. I'm not sure which one corresponds to which one, but first off, one of them is a level 1, so I believe this one is the one right here in the middle. So this is the Star Grail's Protector Dragon. We got a Wind Dragon, level 1, so 1 for 1 maybe. 400, 400. You can only use this card's name second effect once per turn, which is going to be revealed in a second. But the first effect is during either player's turn when a card or effect that targets a linked monster on the field is activated, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, negate that activation if you do destroy it. So we got some hand traps for them. And then the second effect is you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, spell summon in defense position to a linked monster's linked zone on your field. So that's pretty interesting already. A lot of them were actually vanillas. For those of you guys that didn't follow what we covered before with the Star Grail archetype, there's a lot of just vanillas in the deck, but it's making it look a little bit better to play the vanillas. But anyways, next up we got the Star Grail Aegis. So it's a normal spell card, so this one's probably the one right here. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Target 2 Star Grail monsters with different names in your graveyard and add them back to your hand. If a Link monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And then we have the Trap card, which is probably this one over here. It says, it's the Star Relic's Guidance. It's a trap card that says banish 1 Star Relic monster face up from your field or from your hand, then target 2 monsters in your graveyard and special summon them, but they cannot attack this turn. Not a bad effect at all. It doesn't even negate their effect, so that's actually pretty strong. So at the moment, the deck looks like it has a lot of protection. As far as the monsters go, they're not very powerful in terms of like attack. I mean, the strongest one we have at the moment that I believe of is the Warrior, so 2500. And basically they can prevent themselves, I guess, from being destroyed. They have some draw power, but at the end of the day, we have to get like a really strong boss monster to make the deck look really strong. I know that we have this card over here, the Stargrail Dragon, Imduck. But anyways, at the beginning of the damage check, when it battles in this card's linked zone, you can destroy that opponent's monster. That's like an okay effect, but you guys can let me know if you think that they are going to be really strong. But next up, we have Ryzon, the Timelord, coming in Collector's Pack 2017. For those of you guys that don't know, we get these usually in some other form. Maybe it'll be a promo card. We'll see what it comes out in. But anyways, some of the other Timelords that we have gotten before were actually secret rare. But anyways, Ryzon the Timelord, let's check them out. So it's a Fire Fairy. Level 10 cannot be, it's 0/0 stats, cannot be special summoned from the deck. The first effect is if you control no monsters, you normal summon this card without tributing. And then the second effect is it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Every card gonna have that effect now, right? And you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card attacked or was attacked, shuffle all cards from your opponent's graveyard into the deck. That can hurt a lot of different decks. Lightsworn, you can hurt the Infernoid. That is a really good card. Lawn Mowing Next Door, put everything back into the deck. So that can be a pretty decent little card. But then again, if they draw the Lawn Mowing after that, it might not be the greatest idea, but who knows, maybe they won't draw into it. But anyways, we've got a fourth effect for him, and that is once per turn during your opponent's or if your opponent draws a card, you to inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. And I was looking at this and I was thinking maybe you can incorporate some type of burn, but then it was a once per turn, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where it kind of falls short over there for a burn deck. But the other effect, that's number 5, is once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. Now, you can actually get out a card called GB Hunter, which prevents cards from being shuffled back into the deck from the field. But I don't know if people will try that kind of cheese. I don't think that that's too viable, but nonetheless, I figured I'd mention Ryzon, because, you know, the Time Lords, they do have a lot of cards in their little archetype, but I don't think anyone's built like a Time Lord deck. But who knows, maybe someone will eventually try to do it with enough support. But anyways, lastly guys, I did want to mention that there is a new Yu-Gi-Oh tournament going on. Now this is going to be on Yu-Gi-Oh Pro as well as Devpro, if both players agree to it over here. I'll link everything down below, but I'll kind of cover like the most important information. So it's going to be via challenge. Oh, probably the most important thing, what are the prizes here? You guys can see the prizes. First place gets $30 in a Steam card. Second place gets $20. Third place gets $10. And I'm assuming anyone can enter across the world, as long as you can obviously log on into Yu-Gi-Oh Pro. But as far as like the rules, it's TCG cards only, single elimination, and it starts on April 8th. So you guys can see it's this weekend, and it is a match. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Again, you can use Devpro if both people agree to it. It's going to be via challenge. There's the Discord link over here for you guys to join up on that. And then there's also like the rules of the tournament. Pretty much, there's nothing like that's too crazy out of the ordinary. But as far as registering, there is a link. It's the first one, and then you have to post on this thread your Discord and challenge name. If you have trouble signing up, sign through Discord. And then this is actually something that's important for a lot of tournaments. You have to submit your deck similar to like if you would at like a official Konami tournament. You have to turn in your deck. Therefore, you can't change your decks in between rounds. That would be a little bit OP. But anyways, once your deck is submitted, you may submit a deck 24 hours before the tournament, but you cannot change your deck. And also, both players have to record the replays. This way, it's not one person says, "Oh, I won," and the other person says, "You know, hey, I won." Just both record of it. It's not a live tournament, so basically that means that like you will schedule an appointment to duel your opponent via the Discord, and you can contact them through that, and then you're gonna go ahead and battle them, and then basically you post the results. I'm pretty sure if I click on this, well, this is gonna take me probably to the sign up page. You guys can see they have a bunch of people already right now that are signed up, but go ahead and join up, guys, if this is something that you're interested in. And there is also free prizes, and I think that that's pretty much it. And then people are just posting, of course, their username so they can go ahead and get started with that. But anyways, good luck for all you guys that are going to the tournament. I might cast some of the games because they have the replays, and Anti-Metaban's my homie, so he'll hook me up with them replays. So maybe we'll cast some of them, and I'll give you guys a shout out whoever wins the tournament. Hopefully we'll get some interesting decks. A lot of you guys know I do like seeing innovative decks. But anyways, that's it for the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament information. Like I said, I'll link everything down below, so if you guys are confused on anything, you guys will have access to that. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think of. I think Ryzon, yeah, Ryzon, he's an okay card, and overall Stargrails, I don't see that hype, like, wow factor yet with this archetype. But the artwork does look pretty cool, so we'll have to wait and see if this becomes meta. Because it looks like you're going to have to link summon multiple times for this to be very viable. Again, it's because the whole archetype, a lot of the cards don't have the diagonal zones, so usually you're going to try to link them all together. I don't know, maybe you can lock your opponent out of link summoning completely, which will be implemented into Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro pretty soon. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the archetype, and good luck if any of you guys are participating in the tournament. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed them, make sure you guys give the like button a slap-a-reno and hit that subscribe button for more information on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and news. And I'm signing out.